Governor Glenn Youngkin. Governor Youngkin, welcome back, sir.
Larry, it's so great to be with you as always, and to get a chance to talk business is exciting to me because, of course, today Virginia was ranked the top state for business in America, and it's such a statement of affirmation of all the hard work we've done that's resulted in $74 billion of capital commitments from companies coming to Virginia already here and 240,000 more people working. Listen, common sense works, and it's great to see it working in Virginia.
I don't know how you beat out New York. I mean, high taxes, regulations. New York hates business, so you must have just beat them out by a whisker. Anyway, I know Virginia's the #1 ranked state. You've done it before. Let me talk about the Republican convention coming up in Milwaukee, if I may, and the platform. I'm sure you read it. It's a very growthy platform, low taxes and regulations, drill, baby, drill. Are you okay with this platform, Governor Youngkin?
Yeah, I am, Larry. It's common sense. And I think it's time that our nation reintroduces itself to common sense. I also think it's time that our nation reintroduces itself to strength. And what we've seen from the Biden-Harris administration is weakness. Weakness in foreign policy that's resulted in chaos around the world. Weakness in the economy that has unleashed inflation like we've never seen. And, of course, weakness at the border that has allowed chaos to drive every state to become a border state. I mean, in Virginia, we have 5 Virginians who die every day from fentanyl poisoning. We've seen 2 illegal immigrants try to crash into Quantico with a box truck. This is nuts. And so I think it's time for strength and common sense, and that's what the platform stands for.
You good with the universal school choice and let states determine abortion along with the exclusions for the life of the mother, rape, and incest? Are you okay with those?
Yeah, I am. And I fundamentally believe that the choice for parents in schools is critical. We have been working in Virginia to provide multiple pathways for Virginia kids. Listen, not every child is going to go to college. Some of them want to go get an industry-recognized credential and go straight to work. And that's what we've done in Virginia. And I think that's one of the reasons why we were ranked #1 in education and why our workforce is always rated top in the nation, is because we can get people to go to work. I think the platform is comprehensive. And as I said earlier, common sense prevails here. And it's great to have common sense headed back to the White House and lead the United States of America.
Is Virginia in play, Governor?
Yeah, Larry, I think it is. Listen, Joe Biden won Virginia by 10 points 4 years ago. And I was able to win by 2 just a year later. And I believe that President Trump's leadership and strength is why Virginia is in play. So all the polls suggest that the state is tied, if not President Trump having a slight lead. We've got a tough 4 months of campaigning ahead of us. I look forward to campaigning with President Trump and working to deliver Virginia. And listen, if Virginia elects President Trump and our electoral votes end up in his category, I think it could be a landslide across the country.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, so many states are in play now. All of a sudden, it's unbelievable. So who are you going to run against? I mean, do you think Joe Biden's going to survive this Hollywood, Washington, Obama, Pelosi, Schumer? I mean, I'm not a Democrat. I don't pretend to understand the party. What do you think's going to happen with him?
Well, let me just begin, Larry, with the fact that for 3.5 years, the Biden-Harris administration has failed America, and so no matter who they get, they're going to be tarred and feathered with that track record. Let's be serious. Progressive liberal policies don't work. Common sense does, and we have seen the weakness and the failure from the Biden-Harris administration play out on every single important front in the country. And so I don't know who they're going to get. And if it is Joe Biden, that's great, because I do think at the end of the day that he represents the progressive left's policies. He represents the weakness and failure of those policies. And as I said, America's ready for strength. We're ready for a strong economy. We're ready for us to have high growth and low inflation, and not low growth and high inflation. We're looking for energy strength and energy dominance, an all-American, all of the above energy policy that embraces the God-given resources in this great America and stops driving America into the vice grip that the Chinese Communist Party has on the green economy. Just yesterday, Larry, we were able to announce in Virginia the next step in potentially siting a small modular reactor in Virginia. I've challenged our state to lead here, and we're doing exactly that. But boy, a strong energy policy that recognizes all the resources that we have here is critical. It's time for strength, Larry, not for weakness. And I think that's what President Trump will bring to the White House.
Well, I noticed the editorial page of the Wall Street Journal is touting you for vice president. And I noticed the New York Post also. Have you spoken to President Trump about a vice presidential position?
The reality is, Larry, that whoever they choose will be a great vice president partner for the president and so much better than anybody, but particularly Kamala Harris. And my relationship with the president is really great. We had a super meeting a couple weeks ago, but we spent the whole meeting talking about how to win, and particularly how to win Virginia. And I think that is the most important thing on the horizon, which is to win. And when I endorsed him, I told him that I would enthusiastically support what he's doing and to do it in Virginia particularly. And as I said earlier, Virginia's in play. And that's a huge statement about the mindsets, not only of Virginia voters, but American voters, that they are ready for strength. They are ready for leadership, and they're tired of the weakness and failures that have come out of the Biden-Harris administration.
Well, if he offered it to you, you would take it, sir.
Well, again, Larry, this is not something that we've had deep discussions around. And I do believe there's huge talent in the Republican Party, and there will be a great vice presidential candidate. And whoever it is will be a great partner for who will be a great president, Donald J. Trump, as our 47th president of the United States.
All right. Well, congratulations on being the #1 state in business. And thank you for coming back on the show, Governor Youngkin. We appreciate it very much. Good luck on the campaign trail.
Larry, thank you for everything. And thanks for always bringing common sense back into the business arena. We need it.